Hi everyone, I am Samir Ranjan Sahu and welcome to my channel Research Techniques, where all the whats and hows of research will be answered. So in the last video, we looked into how we can approach a scientist or a faculty or a professor to get them know you prior to any PhD selection or any kind of selection. Okay. So today we will be looking into how you can prepare yourself for PhD interviews or any interviews. Okay, suppose you are a BTech student or an MTech student who wants to get their project done. Okay, who wants to get the project done in any of the research institutes like ICMR, ISRO, DRDO. There are lots of actually research institutes available. Okay, and you want to get your project done, or you want to get yourself into those institutes for conducting your research. Okay, so how that can be done? To apply online. Okay, simple. If you want to do a PhD or a research in a institute, okay, like IIT, NITs, whatever, you have to go to their website, apply online. Okay, and if you want to do research in any research institute, like there are lots of research institutes like CSIR, DRDO, ISRO, ICMR. Okay, there are lots of research institutes which take students every year. Okay, so you have to visit their website time to time. Normally the selection time is normally in the month of June, July. So before June, July, you have to visit their websites and see what is the deadline to apply online. And in the second session, December or January is again the selection time. Okay, so by November you can start looking into those websites. Okay, sorry. Now once you apply online with the necessary documents, whatever they want, you wait to get shortlisted. Once you get shortlisted, they will give you a date on which you have to appear for a written test. Okay, some of them conduct a written test, some of them don't. Okay, the logic behind is, if lots of students have applied, okay, you cannot conduct an interview for 3000 students at a time. Okay, so what they do, they conduct written test and cut off maximum of the students. Okay, so you have to prepare yourself for written test also, and if selected, then comes the interview part. Okay, which is the main topic on what we will be talking today. Okay, so moving to, so once you get shortlisted, your marks won't matter, at least for some institutes. I'm not discouraging you, but you have to keep in mind that marks will only give you an entry to those institutes. Okay, once you get shortlisted, you clear the written exams, your written tests. At that moment, when you face interview, if your knowledge is good, if your interview goes well, then marks won't matter. Okay, but if there is a tie between two people, at that time they will look into your marks. So you have to prepare yourself in such a way. If you know that your marks aren't good enough, at least you should have. When facing interviews, there will be two things that will matter: your thesis or your research interests. Okay, the panel might ask for both of them or any one of them. Okay, let's get into the thesis first. Okay, your thesis will be the last degree you completed. It will be based on that. It is as simple as that. But remember one thing, if they will ask for thesis, you have to keep your thesis in hand when you go to the interview. Okay, so while looking at it, they might ask some basic questions related to your thesis, your thesis work. Okay, and if it involves any kind of mathematics, coding, or any relevant subject, you got to have a minimum basic idea. Okay, I'm not telling you that you have to have a heavy knowledge of all those things, but at least whatever you have used, you have to have an idea. You got to have an idea related to that. Suppose you are using mathematics. In mathematics, there are lots of transformation formulas like Laplace transformation, Fourier transformation. Some other methods are Gauss-Seidel method, and many more methods like that. Okay, so the interviewer might ask, what happens if you are using method 1 instead of method 2, or you have used method 1, what happens to your work if I used method 2? Okay, and why you have used method 1? Okay, why not method 2? Okay, similarly in coding also, your code might have hundreds of lines. What will happen if I change this code, this particular line? Okay, the simple thing is, you got to have the basic knowledge of whatever you have used in your thesis, even if it is numerical or experimental. Okay, now next comes the research interests. Okay, when it comes to research interests, you might have lots of areas in which you are interested, but whenever they ask, don't be vague about it. Just like being mechanical engineer, if someone asks me what is my research interest, I will simply tell them I am interested in numerical multi-phase flow and heat transfer. Okay, it is not very specific but not too vague also. Okay, so it is always better to keep it specific and not to go more than 2 research areas. The thing is, if you say let's take my example. I say I have interest in multi-phase flow, I have interested in phase change materials, I have interested in IC engines, I have interest in alternative fuels. Okay, so what happens is that you might be thinking that in order to impress them, I will tell everyone, I will tell everything, but that might go against you, because the interviewer panel, they are highly knowledgeable. Okay, they will ask questions not to show, not to pull you down, but to know that what you know. Okay, so if you tell many research areas, they will automatically understand that this particular fellow is trying to butter us up. Okay, and when they will ask questions, if you are not able to answer even one, that might go against you. So it is always better to keep your research area maximum up to 2. After completing your research, you get a job, you can expand your research area, but until that time you have got to have not more than 2. Okay, because during the 2 only you will learn lots of things. Okay, now the same goes also to your research interest also. If your research interests involves mathematics, coding, or something related to that subject, you got to have that knowledge. Just like I said, my interest lies in numerical multi-phase flow and heat transfer. Okay, so when I say numerical multi-phase flow, I am automatically saying that my work is based on numerical work. Okay, so they might ask, if you are conducting numerical work, what kind of numerical work involves, what kind of method you use to simulate this multi-phase flow, why that particular model only. Again, the same thing, whatever your work is based on, okay, you should have at least the basic knowledge of whatever you have used in your work. Always try to keep your research areas not more than 2. when you face interviews, okay, suppose they ask research interest, they'll start asking questions based on that, and they will not stop until unless you have given a wrong answer or you say you don't know. One more thing I forgot, never ever say that you don't know. Okay, if you say you don't know, you have to adjust in some another way. Suppose you don't remember anything, okay, you forgot, you said that, sir, I don't remember, I don't know what happens here, but just this particular line only might take away some points from you. So what you can do, you can use some alternate method. Sir, currently that is not my area, okay, or otherwise if you are saying that I don't know, okay, just add another line. Sir, I don't know about this particular thing, but I'll surely like to learn about it in the future. So when you say you want to learn more about it in the future, okay, this shows that you have a keen interest in learning, okay, keen interest in learning, because during research, I told you, during research, even if you say you're interested in one particular field, but while working you will learn many things. So if you don't have that interest of learning, you won't be able to complete your research, okay. So there are some key points to remember. If you have any prior publications, that has an advantage, okay. Always go for quality, not for the quantity, okay. If you have 10 papers published, but all of them are low impact factor journals or some local journals, then it is of no use, and avoid using paid journals, okay. Get non-paid journals, even if it takes time, go for non-paid journals, okay. Next is always keep the necessary documents along with the copies arranged in orderly fashion, okay, because if at the time of interview they ask you to show your documents, okay, so they ask for the copy, suppose. So if you have not arranged that in an orderly fashion, okay, so that will show you that you don't have management, or you can say organizing ability, okay. Why I am saying organizing ability? Because when you conduct research, okay, you will have lots and lots of data. If you don't know how to arrange your data, okay, you will be lost, you will be completely lost, okay. So it is always advantageous, it is always better to keep some copies of your documents, all the documents arranged in an orderly fashion. And when you go for an interview, always wear a formal attire, okay, no sparkly or shiny footwear also, because it might distract the panel also, okay. Moreover, you are going for an interview, not fashion show, it's not a fashion show, okay. Keep it, always keep your words simple, your dress simple, keep it simple. And because when you enter, your clothes, your facial expression, your posture, your physical behavior will be the first thing anyone will notice, okay. For men, it is simple shirt, formal pant, and formal shoes. For women, you can go with a simple, you can wear sarees also, you can wear formal suits also, you can wear formal for women there are no available formal salwar suits, formal suits for office. You can search online, you can google it, you can easily find out, okay. And keep your footwear, okay, no heels. Actually I will prefer during interview no heels, but especially for PhD or research interviews, because you might be working in the field also, okay, in the field in the sense experimentation, okay. So if you wear heels, during interview, so the panel might get an idea that the person is very much interested in fashion and not in research. Okay, even if you are interested in research, that might go against you. You wear it after your interview whenever you want, but during that time it is always best to keep it simple. Now another thing, if you know someone in the panel, your relative or anyone, just don't be so happy, don't go jumping around to introduce yourself or greet him or her during the interview, because it will create a negative impression for you also and for that person also. Okay, suppose you have a prior contact to him or her, it is obvious that that person will select you, but during the interview if you do that, the other panelist might get the wrong idea. Okay, might get a wrong idea about that there is must be some setting. Okay, everyone does that, but before the interview, as I said in my previous video, how you can approach. Okay, so everyone does that, but not during the interview. Okay, now when you when entering the interview room, when you enter the interview room, always have a smile. Don't show your teeth. Okay, just a smile. Okay, just to boost up your confidence. Okay, even if you are trembling from fear inside, but just a small smile might give you some boost in your confidence. Moreover, if you just show a small amount of smile also, it will be you can say the interview panel will also be somewhat happy. Okay, they will see that okay, this particular fellow is not afraid to face interview. Okay, and smile, I say smile, not excess, not very minimum, just a smile. Okay, now the most important thing is self confidence. Okay, don't ever lose your faith in yourself. Never ever lose faith in yourself. Okay, have some self confidence. If you want to prepare for some interview, okay, the least you can do is cross question yourself only. Okay, go to your room, stand in front of a mirror, start asking questions yourself and start giving answers yourself. Okay, you see how your face facial expression changes. Okay, by that way you can improve your facial expression also, your body posture, everything. But remember, overconfidence will lead you to the exit door. Suppose in overconfidence you in the interview you said, I know this, I know that, I can do everything, but when they ask, you got no answer. Okay, you got no answer. So in that case, that moment only you are rejected. So overconfidence will show you the exit door. Okay, so that will be all for today, and thanks. Stay tuned for more whats and hows of research, and if you do like the video, please like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon for what I can say, for more interesting videos of research. Okay, so thanks once again. We'll meet again next week.